for December 7th to December 11th, 2015. Okay, so what I'm seeing is a lot of unpredictable energy in the sky right now. This could have to do with work. This could have to do I'm seeing a lot of themes by way of work. This could have to do with the way we deal with others, the way we approach with others, things that are going to hit us out of the blue that we are not expecting. There could be a lot of unpredictability, a lot of curveballs, a lot of unusual events, a lot of just craziness. We could decide to just do something new. People are going to be acting pretty out of character with this energy. Luckily, we could end up benefiting from this craziness as long as we can handle it. It's definitely going to bring a lot of mental excitement, and we might feel more focused on humanitarian efforts at this time, which is a good thing with Christmas just around the corner. Like I said, something really unexpected could hit us in our lives with this energy this week. It's definitely a wild card energy, and like I said, it's a heavy focus around disagreements, males, work, things like that. It's definitely going to be affecting the males in a big way, and they might be acting completely unlike themselves in some way. Luckily, this influence is likely to bring a good change in some sort of aspect in their lives and in the lives of others. It just, until you get around to that good thing or that solution or that whatever, it might be a little stressful, it might be a little hectic, it might make us feel a little spastic, a little frazzled, a little unhinged in some ways, because we have so much hitting us that is unusual, that we're not used to, and it's just going to completely almost blow our minds in some way. At the same time, we could end up having some crazy epiphanies that just completely blow us out of the water, that end up changing everything for the better, bring some sort of improvement. So pay attention to your thoughts and write them down, because you never know what kind of solution you'll get. This is definitely problem solving genius energy, as long as you aren't too anxious to see the big picture or to see how these changes are actually going to help improve our lives and set us in a whole new direction. It's just like, even though it's good energy, it's a shock and awe energy, so it can really, it'll shock us and we won't know how to take it. And at first we're going to think, oh, this is a terrible thing, but really, in the end, you'll be glad it happened. So don't stress out too much, because if you stress, then you're missing out on the whole genius energy, when you could be using the genius energy to really help bring these improvements into your life a little bit faster. At the same time, because we're going to have so much hitting us, it's going to make us frazzled, and people are going to be acting out of character, so it's going to really throw us for a loop in some cases, and it'll be hard to adjust at first. So people may be stressing out so much they may not see or be able to make sense of why this is happening, because it's really not going to make sense. It's really going to blindside a lot of people, some of these changes, and a lot of these changes could happen fast. So it's like, as soon as one change happens, another one comes, and then another one comes. So some people may not be able to handle that stress, and you could end up having some people experiencing some blowouts, some people freaking out on others. You could have some people experiencing high amounts of stress and anxiety because they're so frazzled. So if you're somebody that tends to get a lot of anxiety, you might feel it a little bit more, but try not to let yourself get too anxious. Try to let it roll off your back, because these changes are coming, they're meant to happen, and if you just relax and, okay, this change is happening, now what? Move to the next step, move to the next stage, because there's no point in freaking out about it. All you gotta do is figure out, okay, what's the next thing I gotta do? And you're likely to have the solution, and if you do that, the genius energy will start coming through, and you'll feel a lot better, and you'll actually maybe even enjoy this little roller coaster the stars are about to put us through, or have been putting us through. So try not to get too frazzled, try not to get too anxious. There's not really much you can do, so just go with it. I'm seeing that there is likely to be quite a few curveballs that hit us. Not only that, but it's like the universe is putting us through some sort of crossroads that there's no way to go about it. It may have already happened, or you may have something come up. You may get some news that just blows you out of the water. You may get some difficult news that ends up forcing you to change your course, or forcing you to have to decide between path A or path B. There could be some sort of decision or that ends up changing everything for us. We could get some news that ends up changing everything for us. It's just like nothing, something won't be the same. This could have to do with work, definitely with work. I'm seeing a lot of changes with work, so it could be like change in shifts, a change in the amount of shifts, a change in where you're working, a change in how you get to work, because it could also have to do with transportation. It could have to do with young children. It could have to do with neighbors or cousins, or just really close friends could end up having their moment. So try to be supportive and there for them. Know that this is not going to be an easy week for everybody, but it doesn't have to be difficult either. If you are able to just kind of ride the waves and go with it, don't stress out, and just let things roll off your back if you can. It's definitely going to be a mentally exciting week. There's going to be a lot of new stuff happening. There could be, this could end up changing the way we think, the way we approach things, the way we communicate with others, how we deal with things, that we could be forced to look at things completely differently. We could be forced to make new contacts in order to get to where we're going and to get things that we need done. There could be some inconvenient communications that end up coming through, and we have to deal with those in the best way that we can. You could feel the need to find a way to share interests, either out of necessity. So it could be that you end up having to join together with somebody to get to where you want to go, or to get that goal accomplished, or to do what you need to do. You may not be able to do everything on your own, and it's saying you kind of want to go with the group and work together. It's not about me. You need to kind of, and you may want to be, okay, I'm doing this no matter what, but it's kind of important you include others and you work together with others and to get to what you want to do what you need to do to get what you need done. So like that could be sharing transportation. There could be a change in transportation. It could be that you have to change your transportation. So you may drive, you may have to walk, you may have to carpool, you may have to take a train. There could be some sort of change in that respect. So this energy, it's really important to help others and to be there for others and to be as understanding as you can. You're likely going to have to change the way you approach others and the way you deal with them. Venus just moved into Scorpio, and that's going to make things pretty interesting. Scorpio can be about crisis. It's all about transformation, transitions, and things like that. So love and relationships are likely to experience their fair share of transitions, transformations, where they end up going to the next step. There could be some that end up having a crisis, or they end up evolving in some way. For the better. This energy can be about secrets, so there could be some secrets that end up coming out, or you may just feel more apt to share your innermost feelings and desires with your partner, or a female may want to or feel the necessity to share with another female, or to share with their partner, or there's going to be a lot of psychological transformations by the way of the way relationships work and the way you approach them. You may want to know their innermost secrets or desires or thoughts. And some people may want to keep things closer to their chest and not share and keep it kind of in the underworld, where in some cases you may feel like you need and want to share these things. And luckily there is some points in this week where it will be safe to do so. Like on December 8th, there's a really good opportunity during the day, and there's likely to be some intense emotions on that day where you just feel the need to share with others, and you're more likely to find somebody that you do feel comfortable sharing with. It'll be either a family member, mother, or an important woman in your life. It could be just somebody that you feel that they're like family. It doesn't necessarily have to be family. It could be a therapist or a psychiatrist or something like that, or a counselor too. So it'll be a really good healing energy if you are able to find that person, and you're likely to find that person that you're able to talk to about these things. Money issues are likely to come up. In some cases, you could feel like you have no money and you're stressing out about that. Some people may find that money does come through for them this week, and so you might go through a moment or crisis moment where you're like, I have no money, and you're freaking out, and then you'll have a moment where you feel supported and money starts coming in and you're not feeling so stressed about it. This energy can also make you a tad bit obsessive, so it could make you really obsessed about a certain female or about relationships in your life. You could feel like you need to keep an eye on somebody or whatever. So just watch the whole obsessive feel and try not to get too obsessive about it. If you do find yourself doing that, this is a great energy for psychological changes. So if you're finding that and you do notice that you are obsessing, this is a great time to make those changes, or make those changes in your relationship so that it is a little more healthy. Like I was saying, on the 8th, there's a great opportunity for sharing your feelings and sharing about love, money, relationships, a certain female, a certain family member, different crises you're feeling. It's a great opportunity to share that with somebody where you feel supported and loved, and it'll be a healing. You'll be able to share your feelings. There is a bit of a wild card energy, like I was saying at the beginning of the video, so there could be some really surprising moments where somebody just completely changes the way they approach a relationship, or the relationship suddenly goes to the next level, or there's a sudden change that in the relationship dynamic. You could end up spilling your feelings to somebody, and end up dissecting the way you feel about that person. And it could end up leading to an evolution, or leading to important psychological changes. All this energy, even the crisis energy, even when it's difficult, it usually ends up leading to something more important. It leads you to the next level. So even when you are going through something difficult, it's important to look for the positives and positive outcomes of why you're going through these crises, these changes, these intense feelings, and to not be afraid of them, and to kind of approach them knowing that something good will come out of it, and to not fear it. If you are going through a crisis, the 8th would be a great time to approach somebody in dealing with that. Now, this could be about money, this could be about intense feelings, this could be a family crisis, a family financial matter. The 8th will be a great day to deal with that, and it will likely be in a supported, secure, helpful, healthy, and dealt with in a surprising way that will bring good things for you. You'd likely feel a healthy release of pressure that day, when you're able to find that person that you know will keep the confidentiality, that you know will be able to honestly help you through these intense moments, and hopefully bring you some security so that you're not stressing about it too much. Um, if you are able to find that person, you're likely to experience an extreme depth of feeling, trust, sharing, and definitely some really intense healing. That's my AstroQueen Astrology report for December 7th to December 11th. My next report should be about the Sagittarius new moon. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great week.